Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel Mystic Mayhem. Now, on the back of yesterday's video that I did talking about Dream Queen as, in my opinion, one of the best support characters in the game, I also got some comments, and I kind of realized that I hadn't really done a video on Dragon Armor Nightfall, and so in today's video, I am going to do it from my perspective. So I have cleared Hell, but I have not cleared Nightmare. And at this point, I am level 57, so I am punching down a little bit onto Hell, which is why my score actually has improved yesterday when I did this, and I got 829. But anyways, I want to do it from my perspective of the characters that I'm using. I'm going to try to be a little bit more free-to-play friendly with the characters and suggestions that I make, and then kind of go through the battle together, because I haven't done it on this channel, and for those of you who follow me, I do want to share this with you guys. And also I found out that even though if you have 0 attempts, you can still attack it. So this is quite nice. Thank you for pointing this out on the other video. So if you're ready to go, everybody, let's boil this down. Okay, Nightmare. Oh, Nightmare? Yeah, that's the difficulty. Sorry, Hell, right? Dragon Armor is fun. And this is, what is Dragon Armor? It's a boss battle that's entirely for AoE damage. So these are some characters that I think that are really good. Obviously, Thor is not exactly free to play. Now, I am going to be using him for my first run here because he's really good. He's really good at clearing out all these waves of enemies. But Storm is available free to play. She has a 7-day login that you should be able to get absolutely free, so that's not a problem there. I am using the Scarlet Witch highlight, which is not exactly the... I mean, I think it's better than what I have alternatively, but it does give crit rate, and the additional stuff I don't get for Storm. I didn't buy Storm's highlight when I unlocked her, and then I'm also basically sharing the same artifacts as Scarlet Witch, because I never use both of them at the same time, because Scarlet Witch is single target, Storm is more AoE damage, so I kind of just share artifacts right now. And some alternative characters, if you don't have Thor, obviously, would be characters like Moon Girl and Devil Dino is actually really, really good. So she has some good physical damage, AoE control. Really, really great with Devil Dino. Has some stuns, some pretty good damage there as well. Otherwise, some other alternative AoE damage characters could include Misty Knight as like really, really free to play. And then Psylocke as well. I don't really think that you need all of the other characters because you want to prioritize damage at this point. And so the way that I do it anyways, and I'm not going to go too far into detail about Dream Queen in this video, but she's my main support character. And I mentioned this in the other video, is that she does enough healing for the other characters to keep them alive in this fight. I don't need a dedicated healer. A lot of people, if you have Doctor Strange, have at it, right? You know, Doctor Strange is going to help you get through the high, you know, you could punch up with Doctor Strange. You know, I'm not punching up on difficulties. I was not able to clear this one until level 54. 53, 54, somewhere around there. So it did get a little bit more challenging. Once I started buying my level 51 talent upgrades, all that, it got a little bit easier. Things like that, upgraded my highlights and whatnot. So this is primarily an AoE damage fight. Now I am going to put this onto 1x just to slow it down so I don't screw it up too much. And I'm going to go in with the Thor buff. So I use this and it just does a lot of damage. He just chains around his basic attacks, chain around to do a bunch of damage. Now I could use the Thor, the Storm. I don't think I need to do this though. I think that the Thor might be able to actually solo this. He is taking some damage though, right? And this is stacking up. You need to make sure that you clear this before that gets to 100%. Otherwise, you take a lot of damage and basically should restart at that point. Now, I'm going to go in here. I'm actually going to go in with the... Normally, I would wait to use my skills, but because I'm going to be like capped out on energy in a second, I'm going to use that first, which is the AoE map wide, and then we're going to use the Dream Queen ultimate, which then improves the damage, and I get plus 3 mana. I talked about this in my Dream Queen video. If you don't know much about Dream Queen, do go back and look it up. Do need to heal a little bit, so anytime that I use a skill with another character, I am going to get some healing out of that as well. So Thor is getting healing whenever I'm using his cards and abilities. So it's based on how much mana I consumed. Now for this one, because I still have the Dream Queen ultimate, I'm going to try and, if I can wait just a second to get them all in there, I'm going to do this one. So I still got the buff from Dream Queen, and I basically one-shot that wave. So that's pretty nice here. Now we go to the final boss, or the main boss fight here, right? And before, like if you're using Doctor Strange or some heavy healing support characters, you might want, I'm going to pause this for a second, that when you get the armor, and my head's in the way, right? I'm gonna kind of put that the armor charge up thing here. You have the option of either punching him in the face or putting up some barrier. Now, if you are punching up with support characters, with healers and stuff like that, and you're taking a longer time to do this, you probably would want to take the barrier if you're like punching majorly up. I am not. So basically my goal is to do this 3 times, and that should be enough to kill him. That's normally what I'm able to do, and that's what I'm hoping to do here today while keeping my characters alive. So once the first, I'm going to use my alts actually once that comes out. So we're going to do that here. I need to use them up. My Dream Queen ultimate is getting close as well, so that does some good damage, but not enough. And then we're going to go in and do the Storm ultimate. Ideally, if the enemies are debuffed, Storm does more damage, but you know, I'm hoping that just kills that out there. Then we're going to do the do more AoE, and I'm hoping that maybe I get some healing back with Thor as well. We're going to jump here to the back and do that, and then we should have the Dream Queen ultimate coming up pretty soon. So I'm hoping to get another buff, another 4 mana buff there for Thor to heal him up a little bit more, and then do the chain attacks, which we do have over here. So we're going to heal him up a little bit more, and we should get the this. So we killed him fast enough. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. We get the punch. So I am going to eat one of his breath attacks. He's going to get to 100%, and I'm going to take that. But that's okay. We're going to go over here, and we're going to do the second wave, and we're going to try to get at least maybe if we're lucky. Can only hit 2 of them? Oh, there we go. We can hit the head a little bit there. So we are going to take this 100% damage in a minute here. We're going to get a new wave, hopefully, and then I can go over here. Oh, no, we can't. Storm is a little bit too far away. That's kind of annoying. That's okay. And then we're going to get another Thor buff here. Healed up. So everyone's at pretty good health. I'm going to take the damage here, though. Like right now. And it's going to hurt Thor. There we go. And actually, I should hurt Storm a little bit there. So we're going to go in with the Dream Queen buff here. And so our goal is to get a 3rd armor attack before he can actually do anything else here. So I'm going to save this for just now. And then we're going to get that down. Why are they not shooting? That's stupid. That took me a little bit longer. So the other character started auto-attacking the dragon head instead of actually killing off the ads. So that was kind of dumb. And I was kind of waiting to see what they would do. So you can see that it was at 16%. I'm almost about to get 100% though. Or my mana's almost about to get 10. So I'm just going to buff, even though I didn't really want to do that. Because I think, like, it takes a little bit before they respawn again. So that was kind of dumb. Over here. And so the goal is to get one more, or maybe we'll just kill him, actually. In fact, we'll see. That did like 5, did that do 5% damage? Maybe we can actually kill him before, wow, okay. Before we even get the armor attack, but maybe not, we'll see. And then we'll go in here with the 2, I guess. I think this is everything. Yeah, there we go. And then we get the final attack here with the punch, and that gives us the win. Now, am I going to score higher than I did last time? It's RNG. How fast I kill by, like, I don't know, 10 seconds here and there. I got 835. Apparently it's a new record. But it's not going to be recorded because I already did that, right? And I think, who did the most damage? Well, Storm, but Thor did pretty good, actually. But Thor was taking the brunt of that damage, being in melee range, you know, and I had to use more skills on Thor. But when you use the buff with Thor anyways, it's 4 mana, which means he's healing like 12% with Dream Queen's passive. So it's not too bad. What was that, 835? Yeah, it was like 6 points higher than my last time. So unfortunately, I didn't actually get to score it. Now, why? I mean, to be honest, it's not all that important, right? Like, getting it cleared is important. But the score, as long as you're doing some of the, if you can push some of the top difficulties, that's what's important. Why? Because I've been doing this daily, and I'm less than 1%, right? Like, there's people, there's whales and krakens doing the 55. That's fine. Let them do whatever they want, right? And you can kind of see the people punching up, they're using, you know, a lot of the same characters. Captain America, Storm sometimes in there, Emma Frost, you know, these are all legendary characters. But you can do this perfectly fine with other compositions. You do not have to use Thor. You can use the ones that I mentioned before. And the great thing about the rank rewards and the leaderboards is that it's 1 to 5%. Yeah, apparently I'm somewhere between 0 and 1%. That's where I'm at. But, you know, there's a lot of wiggle room in terms of being able to get, and honestly, even 6 to 20% isn't too bad either. You know, you get these Breaker's Fangs, which is really, really important. But this one's not going to pay out for about a week, another week more. Make sure you get all of these rewards. These are going to be really important. We'll talk about this in a separate video. The Merlin stones, both the blue, purple, and legendary Merlin stones. But the Midnight Store, isn't this supposed to be called like the Nightfall Store? Is it? I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So when the first time came around, when we got the eyeball and we got the payouts, I got war paint. That's what I got for that, and then I got the purple clear projecto film, which is already cleared up. So next time I'm going to be getting more of the legendary film. So I'm going to be getting 2,500, I think, probably, and then I'm going to get one of these, and then I'm going to wait and then do it again, right? And so these are the ones that I'm prioritizing. If you're someone who's using a lot of Psylocke and Doppelganger, have at it. You know, you can buy them for 475, which is great. Like the farmability is pretty crazy for this, and you can get quite a few of them. But I do love that Ancient Frontier Control highlight, which I mentioned on the Dream Queen video, which is why I want to buy this to upgrade it further, because it's going to help for when I'm trying to push content. It's my favorite highlight. If you get a chance to get it or to buy it from the conversion store, make sure you do that. And if you don't know what that is, I'm going to show you once again. Ancient Frontier, the best highlight that you could possibly have for your team, regardless of what support character that you're running. Energy generation by 30%. And then after the wearer uses their ultimate move, allies crit rate increases by 16% for 10 seconds. And my Dream Queen uses their ultimate very, very quickly. So that is up almost all of the time. So that's my Dragon Armor run. I know it's nothing super fancy. I'm not saying that you have to run Thor or anything like that, but it's an AoE based fight. So use the characters that are available to you. I think some great options though, like I said, because they're completely free to play, is going to be Moon Girl and Devil Dino with Storm, because they're both available free to play. And in fact, you get a legendary highlight for Moon Girl as well, and then use a third support character, whatever that happens to be for you. If you have Emma Frost or Doctor Strange, have at it. The thing about Emma Frost, though, is that you want to use other special damage characters, whereas with Dream Queen, you don't. You can use any types of characters that you want and shield buff their damage, which is absolutely amazing. I love Dream Queen. If you want to know more about Dream Queen, I did put out a video yesterday all about her. So that's going to be the end of this video, everyone, and until the next time, I'll see you guys then. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.